So thinking about becoming a destination manager, that's pretty cool. We're going to dive deep into what it really takes, to make this dream job a reality. We've got all sorts of career resources and insider info here.
Yeah, it's more than just a job, right? It's about like shaping the future of tourism.
Shaping the future. I like the sound of that. Seems like there's got to be a creative side to this whole thing,
Yeah.
but it's not all like coming up with catchy slogans, is it? So what does a destination manager actually do?
Well, it's about strategy for sure. Imagine imagine being the one who gets to make a destination more appealing. Could be a busy city or a quiet island, whatever. Your job is to make strategies that bring in visitors, but also make sure the place thrives, in the long run.
Kind of like leave it better than you found it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's all about balance. See, like you might have to weigh the good stuff a new resort brings, like money against what it could do to, say, a coral reef. You become a steward in a way. You got to think about the money, the people, and the environment all at the same time. Every decision matters.
Wow, that's a lot of responsibility. I'm seeing here we've got notes about working with all kinds of people, government agencies, tourism boards, local communities. Sounds like you're always on, always talking and working with different folks.
You got it. You got to be good with people, that's for sure. And speaking of things that are always changing, we got to talk about the big one, technology.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Our research kept saying how important online booking and destination apps are, and even like VR experiences, right? It's kind of crazy how much travel has changed, even in the past few years. People want things to be eco-friendly. They want real cultural experiences. They even want, like, trips just for them.
Yeah. And it's really interesting how tech is shaping all that. A good destination manager has to be ahead of the game, right? They got to use these tools, not just for today's travelers, but for the ones in the future, too. Like, imagine VR letting someone actually experience a place before they even book a flight. Or how about AI making personalized trip plans on the fly?
It really makes you think, about what the future of travel could look like. But let's be real, even the best jobs have downsides. And our research, well, didn't sugarcoat that. Stressful and long hours, those definitely came up.
Yeah, no doubt. It's not like you can just clock out at 5 and forget about it. You're kind of always on, right? Ready for anything. Imagine this. You've put together this huge cultural festival, tons of work, and then a week before, bam, a big airline cancels all flights. Totally unexpected. Talk about pressure.
Oh, that's a nightmare. I can definitely see how you'd need to be able to handle those curveballs.
And
Be creative about solving problems on the fly.
Exactly. But those crazy moments, as tough as they are, they often push you to come up with really innovative solutions? And that's what's so cool about this job. It's not just about filling hotel rooms. It's bigger. You're building something that benefits everyone.
Right. Which brings us to the good stuff, the rewards. Imagine seeing what you've done making a real difference, like a whole neighborhood comes alive, businesses are doing great, visitors are leaving with this new appreciation for the place. That's got to feel amazing.
It really is. And as you get more experience, the impact you have just keeps growing. Our research actually talked about the typical career path. You might start small, helping with events, then move on to managing whole projects, and eventually, who knows, you could be running tourism for a whole region.
It's like leveling up, but instead of points, you're gaining skills and knowledge.
Mhm.
Which, speaking of, our listener wants to know how to get started. What are the first steps?
Well, getting some real-world experience is super important. Could be internships, volunteering for a tourism group, even starting a travel blog. It shows you're passionate.
Yeah, and our research mentioned networking too. Conferences, joining those professional organizations, even online groups.
Totally. Building those connections, learning from people already in the field, it's invaluable. And hey, don't forget about your online presence. Having a good LinkedIn profile, showing off your skills and experience can make a huge difference.
And certifications, things like, was it Certified Destination Management Executive, that kind of thing.
Right. That shows you're serious about your career, you're always learning. Employers love that. But even with the best resume and all the right connections, there's still that one big hurdle. The interview.
The interview. It's like the final boss before you can unlock the dream job, right? Our research had a bunch of tips for acing those destination manager interviews. It's got to be about more than just giving the right answers, don't you think?
Yeah, it's definitely more than that. You're selling yourself,
Yeah.
letting your passion come through, showing you get the challenges, the opportunities, and why you're the one who should be leading the charge.
One question that really stood out was, what inspired you to be a destination manager? Seems like that's your chance to let that passion, that real love for travel and all that, really shine.
Totally. Interviewers can spot someone who's genuinely excited about travel, about different cultures, about creating those wow moments for people. But you can also use that question to show you get the bigger picture too, right? How this role can actually make a difference, helping local economies, keeping traditions alive, making sure tourism doesn't harm the environment. It's about having that vision for the future.
It's like connecting the dots between what you love and how you can use that to do good in the world. Speaking of connecting the dots, this is where I think those RoleCatcher resources could be really helpful for our listener. They've got that cool platform with the AI stuff, helps you tailor your resume and everything, make sure you're using the right keywords.
Yeah, it's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. And their interview practice feature is amazing. You can actually record yourself answering questions, and it will give you feedback like on your delivery, what you're saying, even your body language. Can you believe that?
It's like having a personal coach right there on your phone. Okay, so let's say you nail the interview. You land the job. It doesn't just stop there, does it? The learning never really ends in this field, right?
Never. The travel world is always changing, right? Global events, what travelers are looking for, a good destination manager. They're flexible, always learning, always adapting.
Got to stay curious, stay in the know. Our research really hammered that home. Keeping up with the latest trends, using new tech, taking advantage of opportunities to learn and grow throughout your career.
It's that commitment, that constant learning that turns a job into a real passion.
We've covered so much today, it's kind of amazing. But I hope this whole deep dive has given you, our listener, a better picture of what it means to be a destination manager. It's hard work, for sure, but the chance to make a real difference. Well, that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Absolutely. We've looked at the steps, we talked about the tough parts, but we've also seen how rewarding it can be. You're shaping the future of travel. How incredible is that?
And as you start your own journey, we want to leave you with one last thought. If you were the destination manager, what kind of legacy would you leave behind? What mark would you want to make on the places you champion?
Would you be all about making sure things are done sustainably so that the beauty and culture are still there for future generations? Or maybe your focus would be on connecting people, building bridges between visitors and local communities.
So many possibilities. The key is to take that first step. We've given you the knowledge, the tools. Now it's up to you to put it all into action.
Get out there, explore the world, make those connections, and create something amazing. We can't wait to see what you achieve.